Good morning and welcome to Grand River Unitarian Congregation. Whether this morning is your first visit or your 501st, we welcome you to this community and we want to help you get connected. Please know that you are warmly invited. I forgot to check this. Do we have coffee after? We have coffee? Cold drinks. Cold drinks. Okay, so refreshments. You can join us for refreshments and conversation after the service downstairs in Whitten Hall. Feel free to ask questions, and if you are not receiving our weekly newsletter, you can fill out a welcome card, looks like this, in your seat back. And put it in the offering plate on the way out. So I didn't say, good morning, GRU, so I'm going to do it. Good morning, GRU. Good morning. My name is Brenda Moen, and I am overjoyed and microjoyed to see you here today. I take part in the life of this church in many ways. I run activities, I help others run activities, and I participate in as many events as I can. And today I'm the worship artist leading the service, along with the very talented Rosemary Harris and the snazzily dressed Doug Moen. My husband Doug and I have been attending since 2018 and love this place. We have truly found our spiritual home and a great community, and I don't know what we do without GRU. We gather with gratitude this morning on Haudenosaunee Confederacy Treaty land. A treaty is an inheritance, a responsibility, and a relationship. May we be good neighbors to one another, good stewards to our planet, and good ancestors to all of our children. Today is the first of 4 summer services on the theme of cultivating joy, love, peace, and hope. Today we're cultivating joy. On July 26th, cultivating love with Janice Collins. August 9th, cultivating peace with Wendy Martin. And August 23rd, cultivating hope with Jessica Bain. And regular services resume with the water communion on September 13th. We hope you attend as often as you can and enjoy our efforts at trying something a little bit different this summer. I did not receive any announcements, but I have one of my own. This is a reminder that Unicamp is a fantastic place to go in the summer. July Kids Camps are underway, but there are a few spaces available. August Family Camp starts in August. That's why it's called August Family Camp. And there are still some spaces available for the first week, which is our GRU week, and the other weeks in August as well. I'll be running a slideshow downstairs after the service, and we'll be happy to answer any questions. We also have 2 Unicamp experts who are going to be down there. There's Diane and Ed, and they'll be happy to speak to you too. Oh, Colin, you're going to too as well. All right. The more the merrier. Cleo Wade writes, Maya Angelou says, we need joy as we need air. Joy is not an extravagance. It is not a thing we are only allowed to have when things are going well. Even when everything is a mess, we still need joy. It's the energizing life force that helps us endure darkness. With it, we find grace, humor, and beauty in life's complications and contradictions. Joy lightens the weight of our burdens and grind, even if only for a moment. Regardless of what you are going through, leave the door open for joy. It is what makes the unbearable bearable. And that is from the World of Sunrises by Cleo Wade. A great little book of wisdom. Well, it's actually a fairly big book of wisdom, but I would recommend it. And now, let us let go just for a time of the everyday world. Turn off your cell phones. I always forget to. And create space in this hour to simply be together. In the spirit of life and love we gather, may the experience of this time prove useful and timely to all assembled here. Please rise in body or in spirit for our opening hymn, 100, peace like a river. That's 100, peace like a river. Our chalice lighting today is called Thirsty by Gregory Pelly. And so we gather from the ebb and flow of our lives, thirsty for connection to ourselves, thirsty for connection to others, thirsty for connection to the larger life. As we light this chalice, may all who gather here be filled with joy and hope, filled with compassion and love. Here may we be filled, so that we may pour ourselves out into the world. Please join me in the responsive reading. Let this flame be to us a symbol of the wholeness we seek. Its glow reminding us of the sacred bonds which link us to all people. Its radiance calling us to seek justice, equity, and compassion for all the world. Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve humanity in harmony with the earth. Thus do we covenant together. I see we have some young people, but of course this is open to people of all ages. Doug has a story for us. If you'd like to come forward, it's easier to see the pictures. There are some good pictures in this.
Okay then, today's book is called The Little Book of Joy. This book was written by His Holiness the Dalai Lama and the Archbishop Desmond Tutu. These people are important religious leaders, but this book is about when they were boys. So this little boy here is Desmond Tutu, and this little boy here is the Dalai Lama. One of us grew up in a little house. One of us grew up in a big house. Our houses were on opposite sides of the world. Often we were sad and lonely. Both of us wished for a friend. Sometimes the other kids wouldn't let us play, or they were very far away. We wondered if we would always be sad and lonely. But when we sat still and breathed in the quiet, we noticed something beautiful. If you just focus on the thing that is making you sad, then the sadness is all that you see. But if you look around, you will see that joy is everywhere. Joy is the warm, tingly feeling of the sun tickling your toes in the morning. It's the giggly, squiggly feeling when you're doing something silly. And it's the soft, snuggly feeling of being all wrapped up, cozy in your bed at night. Even when you are caught in the rain and your joy is washed away, it's waiting at the bottom of the puddle. Even if you slam the door and your joy can't get in, it's just on the other side, waiting in a loving hug. And even if there is a loud noise in the night and your joy gets scared away, it comes streaming right back with the light of the silvery moon. Joy is the bubbly, bouncy feeling of finding a good friend. And when you let your joy in, like magic, your heart always has room for more. We discovered that the more joy we shared, the more joy we had. And the more joy we had, the more joy we could share. And there they are, sharing their joy with everyone else. So look for the joy all around you and share it. Write it in a letter. Play it on a drum. Sing it to the sky. It will travel up in the air, across the ocean, someone will find it. And share it. And as it spreads from person to person, the world will fill with joy. And that is the end.
Back on? Okay. There will be no offering taken today and no bridging. The collection plates are at the back of the sanctuary on your way out if you want to leave an offering. Oh, Doug, I need you again. He has a lot of work to do when I'm leading this service. Our weekly ritual of lighting candles of hope includes the invitation to light a candle during the musical meditation, or if there is a personal joy or sorrow you wish to hold up for community support or celebration, you may turn in a care card at the candle table. I don't see the bowl that's normally there, but we'll just make a little pile. Okay, all right. Does anyone need a care card? They should be in your seat back. Okay. We light a first candle in the hope of peace in the world. reading today is also by Cleo Wade. Thank you. Allow yourself to be delighted by life's simple pleasures, watching the sun rise and set, savoring the first sip of your morning coffee, witnessing the world go by on a park bench, picking a flower, enjoying a friend's laugh, getting lost in a good book. These small, easy moments fill our well-being and connect us to gratitude. And linger. When you enjoy something, stay in it for a moment. A book, a bite, a sunny day, a walk with a friend, or a community gathering. Do not rush joy. Do not hurry new ideas or new people. As the Italians say, live la vita lenta, the slow life. And I've talked about that before, haven't I? The slow life. Maybe this pace is not available to us every moment of the day, but let's not be strangers to it. These cards have been shared with us. Oh, got a microjoy by mistake. A Kathy, which I'm not sure which Kathy, I guess it doesn't matter. The message is, may your joy displace the need for war. Amen to that. So if somebody's microjoy, I'll just hang on to it. Now we will sing our, thank you. Now we will sing our summer service hymn, number 95. Hang on to your microjoys, actually. Hang on, I've got the ones up here, that's fine. Oh, I'm sorry, somebody used it. Okay, got it. Okay, sorry, this is a care card as well. My neighbor, Bonnie Martinen, suddenly passed away of breast cancer. This is from Erica and MJ. Please keep her and her family in your prayers. Okay. Sorry, we had too many cards. I can see that. It's very confusing. All right, now we'll sing our summer hymn number 95. There is more love somewhere. 95. One day, I was reading my magazine for retired teachers and ran across an article called Getting into the Happiness Habit. It shared what other retirees reported made them happy. It was all about tuning into the good things in life, and their list included pets, riding a motorcycle, hobbies, spending time in nature, music, and generally slowing down to savor the good things in life. They cited research by the Big Joy Project that said people who focus on small joys or micro joys report an increase of 25% in well-being. And you don't need anything special to get these benefits, they said. Just focus on the joy in your daily life, and this nurtures your spirit in difficult times. Noticing these small moments of joy, or as they call them, micro joys, are all that it takes according to their research. Now, none of this is probably completely new to you. We've all heard about mindfulness, focusing on positivity, and noticing what sparks joy in our lives. And I have read about and tried quite a few of these kinds of practices. I have been focusing, for example, over the past few years on working gratitude and mindfulness into my daily life, doing small things like pausing for a moment to feel the sun on my face when I'm out walking in a parking lot, or stopping to look at a butterfly on a flower, or savoring the taste of ice cream on my tongue. But I will confess, and maybe some of you have this issue as well, I have problems with follow-through. My stick-to-itiveness comes unstuck. Does anyone else have all kinds of enthusiasms to start something new, some self-improvement plan, only to slowly lose momentum over the first days and weeks? If you said no, you are really blessed, and maybe we could talk afterward. Tell me what your secret is. But if you said yes, good, then you'll like what I have to say this morning. So the article gave a few short paragraphs about microjoys, but I wanted to know more, so I went searching online for more details. And what I found was Cindy Spiegel talking about her book, Microjoys, Finding Hope, Especially When Life Is Not Okay. And if her name sounds familiar, it's because she wrote a bestseller called A Year of Positive Thinking. I thought, you know what, really life is not okay for many or most of us right now when we look around at the world. Not to go into too much depressing detail on a Sunday morning, but there's war, climate change, fascism, and you can make up your own list. But suffice it to say, there are reasons to not feel okay. So I got the book and I read it. Sorry, an ant is climbing on me. It's gone now. I read the book. And I watched some interviews with her online. I find her a very engaging speaker as well. I liked what I heard, and her life experiences really connected with me. Her suggestions also connected with me because we all have tough times in our lives. Maybe we lose a loved one, are saddened by world events, or just have difficult things happen to us and our family. But now Cindy, she had a really bad year. And she wrote a book to tell us how she got through it and what she learned. In one 10-month period, her nephew died, her mother died, her brother had a stroke and had months-long recovery, she lost a lifelong friend, and she was diagnosed with breast cancer. Yeah, that's a tough year. Like most of you, I've had times that I felt like this was the worst time of my life. Like I would never get over the loss and grief. In my own life, starting in 2021, my mother got a terminal cancer diagnosis. At the same time, my mother-in-law descended quickly into pretty profound dementia, and then another family member had a cancer operation, months-long recovery. This all unfolded over a 3-year period, and I described the sensation as being knocked over by wave after wave whenever I tried to stand up. It left me exhausted, saddened, and drained. So I cannot imagine the toll her difficult year took on Cindy. She tells us that while she suffered all these losses, she found a way to survive. she paid attention to microjoys, the small, fleeting joys in her life, and they were the key to her survival and recovery. They led her to feel hope and joy in the most difficult times. She wrote the book because if microjoys helped her, and the year she had, it should work for others going through a difficult time. She says microjoys may be slivers of light that shine through the darkness, but we need to let that light in. So what exactly are microjoys? She says microjoys are a practice of discerning joy in any moment, accessible to everyone, particularly during difficult times. With time, this practice becomes a way of living because it offers us the perspective to observe timeless wisdom, understated beauty, and ordinary delights available to us in each moment in spite of all else. Microjoys are easily accessible moments of insight or beauty, a tiny, beautiful thing to find in the midst of sadness, grief, and loss. A small moment of peace in a difficult day is a healing respite from sorrow. Noticing microjoys is a practice of finding joy in everyday things. The more you seek them, the more you find them, the more you identify them, the more wisdom and self-awareness they bring to you. They are wonderful in good times as well as bad. Microjoys may be fleeting and mundane, but they can be powerful. She says choosing microjoys at the worst moment is a radical act. They are moments of peace that free us from the sadness and let us move forward one tiny step at a time. Microjoys are a choice to see hope and possibility in the subtle and quiet moments. Microjoys are like beautiful lotus flowers that grow out of the muck. She writes, though it is sometimes necessary to lean into sadness, grieving, and anger when experiencing hard things, even then, we deserve moments of reprieve. When we are grounded in the darkness, we are still entitled to a sliver of light. And for our own resilience, hope, and well-being, we must learn how to let light in. Day by day, moment by moment, they are momentary choices that shift our mindset long-term. When we fundamentally understand that joy is often a choice, our perspective on life can transform into one of hope and possibility, even or especially during our most difficult days. Noticing microjoys regularly, even if not in the midst of difficult days, helps you move through life with more joy. If we give ourselves grace to see these moments, the nuances of our daily lives, we can adopt microjoys as our way to walk through life. We can practice being aware of and to spot joys. She promises that small doses of joy every day can lead to great changes in our lives. She writes, our lives are filled with tiny moments. Choose to hear the messages behind a spoken word or in a small gesture. There is so much magic around us if we just see it. I'm going to say that again because it's something I have to remember. There is so much magic around us if we just see it. Sometimes microjoys, she says, hit us in reflection, not at the time. She talked about realizing how grateful she was for family traditions in retrospect, like her mother going overboard with elaborate dishes and too many courses and too many different kinds of Thanksgiving pie. All the fuss drove the family crazy. But even though the family didn't appreciate it at the time, when her mother was gone and her siblings gathered, they still served too many pies. It was a tradition and it was a joy. What are some kinds of microjoys? Well, she talks about just sitting and watching her cats, drinking homemade chai tea on a crisp autumn day, taking pictures of a dinner with friends and looking at them afterwards, finding the perfect gift for someone, the first bite of a slice of fresh, crisp bread, finding a lost favorite pen, running into an old friend on the street, changing into soft pants That's her word for sweatpants. I like it. I'm going to try to adopt it. Soft pants. Using her air fryer, and so on. She suggests that we make a list of life's best things, its delights, and have it to refer to in tough times. If we acknowledge them, they are blessings. Seeing the microjoys in the midst of hard times is tough sometimes. Life and feelings are complex. She talks about holding two feelings in our hearts at once. And but. Feeling angry and grateful. Angry but grateful. Feeling chaos and calm. Tragedy and peace. Grief in one hand and joy in the other. We never stop missing a loved one, but loving them helps us deal with the grief. As Queen Elizabeth II said, grief is the price we pay for love. We must move on. We have to have hope that we will get there, that things will be better, that there are brighter days ahead. Thich Nhat Hanh says, hope is important because it can make the present moment less difficult to bear. If we believe that tomorrow will be better, we can bear hardship today. To look out for the light in the middle of the darkness is necessary for our survival. Anne Lamott says, you will lose someone that you can't live without, and your heart will be badly broken. And the bad news is, you'll never completely get over the loss of your beloved. But this is also the good news. They live forever in your broken heart that doesn't seal back up. And you come through it. It's like having a broken leg that never heals perfectly, and it still hurts when the weather gets cold, but you learn to dance with a limp. One day, we will all have a profound loss, and we will heal. We will be more resilient after because we were broken. Cindy says, like, I'm not very good with Japanese, but I'm gonna try here. Kintsu kuroi. That's the Japanese art of repairing a broken cup with gold to make it more beautiful in the end. We are all changed by difficult times. Anyone would be after experiencing so much. Life is never quite the same afterward. Yet in hindsight, Cindy is now okay that her life fell apart because it gave her motive to work on things in her life, and she has a better picture of what is important and worthwhile to her now. Journaling is a way to record the microjoys and what you are thinking and feeling in a day. Even in sad times, there can be joy. Recording your thoughts can help you tease out the microjoys. A simple journal prompt is to think about 3 things you're grateful for or joyful about. And this might be experiences or people or places. And once you start doing this daily, it gets easier. In Cindy's book, she shares a number of short essays about microjoys she found in her life, and one is about a clear glass piggy bank. She saw the piggy bank and just had to have it. She had no purpose for it, but she felt strongly drawn to it, so she bought it. Shortly after she bought it, she started finding coins. The more she looked, the more money she found out in the world. And of course, once she started finding money, she looked harder. Looking at the piggy bank getting fuller every day made her grateful for the abundance in the world, and it brought her moments of joy. I like the idea of a jar that made microjoys visible. I have never been lucky in finding money, or lost items, really. So this is my joy jar. I wanted a way to record the microjoys that I was noticing in my life, and then I wanted it to be easy to use and visible to remind me to record my microjoys, as well as making it easy to remember them. I have too many journals that I started and never kept, I bought or never used, but the joy jar has worked really well for me over the last 6 weeks or so, and I use it regularly. So I keep a little Post-it note on the top and a pencil handy, and I write down my microjoys on the Post-it note, put them in the jar, not daily. There's a little bit of follow-through problem, but not a big one. Not daily, but regularly. Here are a few of my microjoys, so I'll read you a couple. Eating comfort food. I had a Western sandwich the other day. My mother used to make Western sandwiches. It was doubly delightful. They're very sticky Post-it notes, pardon me. Oh, the joy of a weed-free flower garden after several hours of weeding. A few of these are connected to food, I'm going to warn you. Oh, yes. We were in Tofino, and I had the most amazing, soft, and flavorful brownie ever. See if I can find one that's more profound, but I don't know. Having lunch on the deck. There we go. There is a bit of a food theme there. This is probably not surprising. Okay, so when you came in, you should have gotten a little piece of paper like this. It has a little Post-it note on it. If you do not have one, put your hand up. Okay, can you see? Okay. Everyone should have one. Have a little exercise for you to do. Do we have more? She's right behind you. Did we run out? I just made a guess at how many, so. Okay. So I've given you a few different examples of microjoys, Cindy's and mine. So if you would, just think for a moment about the things that make you happy, your microjoys, and then write them down, a few of them, on the little white slip of paper. There is a Post-it note, but for right now, take that off and put it aside. That has another job later. I'm going to give you a few minutes to think. And I suppose if you want to confer with a neighbor, you can go ahead and do that. But they should be your microjoys. Hopefully there's a pen in the back of the pews. Does everybody have a writing implement? Good, maybe you can share with a neighbor. It's kind of hard to tell if people are writing on their laps. If you need another minute or so, would you put your hand up just so I have an idea? Okay. So now that you have a few microjoys written down, now you need your little Post-it note. On that Post-it note, would you share one microjoy, one that you want everybody to see, because it's going to go onto our joy jar downstairs on a bulletin board in Whitten Hall. So I say that just in case you had something you maybe don't want everybody to know, like my addiction to brownies, for example. I might want everybody to know that. But if you would just do one on your Post-it note. Doug, would you do me a favor? I'm asking Doug to come around and collect your little Post-it note to put in our joy jar. It'll be easier than meeting up downstairs to do it. So thank you for sharing your microjoys. And I have bought, as you can see down below here, I brought a few joy jars. I went to the thrift store, which is my new favorite hobby. I found a wide variety of them, and I made duplicates of my joy jar, which is a see-through or a partially see-through jar with a little Post-it notes on top and a golf pencil inside. So you can, and I put mine on my kitchen peninsula, so I see it 25 times a day as I'm walking by. So that would be my advice. I also have some joy journals. Remember I said I bought journals that I bought and never used? So that is your opportunity to make use of journals that I never got to stick to. So are microjoys miraculous healers? No. Cindy wouldn't say it. She wouldn't say she's back to her old self, but she is what she calls better enough, and I like that term. Cindy spent a lot of her life trying one self-improvement thing after another, perhaps feeling she was not good enough. I really identified with Cindy's description of her self-improvement journey. Like Cindy, I've spent all of my adult years trying new things in order to improve myself. I have probably read 100 books on how to improve my diet, my skincare, my brain power, exercise routines, not to mention a few hundred more books and courses I took on education, leadership, relationships. And I've also learned a lot about philosophy, history, art, and human development. I was always looking for ways to improve. Anybody ever tried the cabbage soup diet? No? How about Mary Kay skincare? Stephen Covey's 7 Habits. Yeah. You are my people. Maybe do the South Beach diet instead of the cabbage soup diet. I don't know what it is. But what Cindy wrote about the end of her drive for self-improvement hit home with me. After decades of working to be better, she's now happy just to be who she is. After all of her losses, she has no time or energy to give to self-improvement. There is nothing she feels she needs to do but be herself as she is now. It's hard to overcome a habit of lifetime that is looking to self-improve. But it got me thinking about how much more do I really need to improve? I mean, not to be vain, but I'm doing okay. And how much is just chasing something that isn't important? Not that I think I have achieved perfection by any stretch, but maybe I can slow down or stop the quest, spend more time being happy with who I am. She could only see that she was enough after all her difficult times that she had been through. Does that ring true for any of you? Realized what's important after you've been through a rough time? And she tells us we don't have to be alone in looking for microjoys. We can look to relationships to help us in good times and in bad. and they are often the source of microjoys themselves. Being with others amplifies the microjoys. Laughing with friends makes the moment more joyful. Sharing joy magnifies it. Friends and family often find ways to support us that we can't figure out that we need. Sometimes just sitting beside us is magical. I actually know the power of holding hands with an older relative. There's nothing to say, just hold hands. Keep your heart open to new friendship. Sometimes they arrive just when you need them. Our journey through hard times will inspire others along the way. Cindy shares her hope for her book about microjoys. Although this book is about the radical nature of discerning microjoys, my hope is that these stories also serve as a reminder that being present in all of life's moments offers us the opportunity to alchemize our experiences, the good, the mediocre, and the tragic, into a life that is still profound, beautiful, and deeply worthwhile. I wish that for all of us. If you'd like to learn more about exercises that she recommends, I have a handout here as well. You can't tell I was a teacher, can you? Sorry. Our closing hymn is 1060 in the teal hymnal. We sing of joy. That's a lot of joys. Thank you. I'm not sure. We're almost ready. I wasn't sure if I was really clear. Please take these. Even it would bring me joy even if you just put pickles in the jar. It doesn't have to be joy jar. But I have more jars than I know what to do with. Our benediction today is from To Soulfully Survive the World's Mayhem. Seems very appropriate, by Heather Ryan Starr. May whatever activities we engage in this day and week ahead help restore us, our connections to one another, our sense of hope, beauty, and fun in the world, our deep knowing that we have to take care of ourselves and each other with love and joy if we are to soulfully survive the world's mayhem. Let us carry the flame. And let the people say, Amen.